We are back with the crew. That was a gritty performance by Roman.
Yes, it was.
That I have to imagine being in the Coliseum was pretty surreal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tyler.
Several people. I saw several people starting to tear up. Everybody just kept trying to motivate him. It was rough because everybody finished within 11 minutes. So we just had 4 minutes for him to sit there on his own. That was tough. But I mean, like, stand up, dude, for continuing to move.
Yeah. They should have let him be done when he pulled the first sled to the finish line, and just be like, he's done. Or I thought, like, maybe when he pulled the rope to like the middle of the field and then kind of like stopped and like dropped the rope. I thought he was just going to stop and be like, thank you. Like it's and they just kept making him go. I'm like, you're going to make this guy do this for 4 minutes?
I think he thought the time cap. I think that he thought the time cap was at 13 minutes. I have no idea why they had a 15-minute time cap. Like, that was excessively long. But if you guys hadn't seen it, I was able to pull it on Instagram. I think exactly where it happened. We can take a look here. You can see him. He comes down, and the way he lands his left foot there, kind of just lands awkwardly. I know some people talk about the bag possibly being in the way. I can't tell. It looks like he just kind of came down awkwardly off of that. Oh, there we go. Here it is. So yeah, you see his left foot come down, and
it kind of buckles a little bit.
Yeah, they said it was on the outside of his left foot, so he definitely kind of came down, and just an unfortunate event to have happen. We went from we could have two really close races to maybe one, like maybe.
Doubt. No, yeah. I doubt it. I don't think so.
I'm with
completely
you.
Flipped. I said Emma Lawson would have to have a terrible event, and I didn't, and we didn't see it coming unless just a hole showed up that we didn't know about, and she couldn't pull the sled. I mean, I thought she would have worked on the P-bar since that was not a great event for her last year, and that she wasn't super slow there. She was slow there, but it wasn't bad. She just couldn't pull the sled as fast as everybody else, which is crazy because she has great squat strength. And it just didn't translate. And yeah, this is what Laura needed Emma to have an event like this. And then she could just win, right? Dude, we don't have the leaderboard updated yet, do we?
We do. I'm getting ready to pull up the men's at least. We'll start with the men since they finished. They said it finished first. Yeah, here it is. Jeff Adler. I mean, he's basically got it wrapped up. I mean, he's 86 points ahead of Patrick Vellner. Basically, the only way that Pat can win is Jeff finishes one of the last couple spots.
Jeff Adler wins. He's won the CrossFit Games. I'm sure he didn't want to win it this way. What's sad, and Jeff Adler, I'm going to say he's the fittest man in the world. He deserves it. He did everything that he should have done. If Roman doesn't get hurt, I feel like he probably beats him. Now, I think the last event would be very close between the two. I don't think that's a given for Roman because it's heavy thrusters too, and your legs get no break. And Jeff has probably the best squatting legs, especially for repetitions.
And faster cycling on that.
And faster cycling. And I think that's a close race. I think that workout, it's a very close race. But I don't know who I would call it for. I actually think I would lean Jeff. But seeing as how Jeff struggled in this one, the way he did, I don't think Roman beats Fikowski or Vellner in this workout, but I think he gets third. I think this would be a good workout for him. He does the P bars fine, and I feel like he would pull that sled with the same, similar to Vellner at least. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, which is like it sucks because like I feel like Roman probably had a 70-30 shot to win the games with Adler having the 30 if they were both healthy. In saying that, like there's like Jeff still deserves it. Jeff murdered the whole entire weekend. I'm happy for him. I'm sad for Roman. The podium, unless Fikowski has a bad event, which I don't think he's going to. Like he needs what? He needs 60 points, right, to beat Roman. Yep. He has a first place, so that would win it in the tie break.
Yeah. So
right.
So I mean, Roman's going to take 0. So Vellner's going to all he needs is 18th place. He moves into second. Brent is 60 points away. Looking at the scoring tables for the 20 athletes, it's not a lock. Brent has to finish 9th or better to tie him.
So it's not a lock. I think he should finish 9th or better, but it's for like it isn't just like he's going to do it. He might not do it. So if the tie break, does Roman have multiple first places? I think he does, right?
Yeah, he's got Pig Chipper, Alpaca, both first.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roman would, in the event of a tie, so say Fikowski gets 9th place exactly, right?
Yep.
Then
Roman wins.
Roman wins. So Fikowski needs to get 8th or better. That is not easy. I mean, I think he will do it. He's got stuff to fight for, and other guys don't. So I think he will. And he's great at pacing. He knows what place he needs to get. So I think it will happen, but it's not a given. And then in that case, we would have an all-Canadian podium. Mm-hmm. And that might be the first time ever we've had one country win all 3 spots, right? Other than 2007.
Yeah. No, it's the J and PB podium. So,
Jelly and peanut butter.
Yep. Wadapalooza team. They're all good friends.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's awesome. But and then Roman's there mathematically, Roman, the lowest he can get is 4th.
Mm-hmm. After Chandler just fell apart there. That I don't know what was going on with that on Chandler's side.
Was he not good at the P bars?
I couldn't tell too much.
They didn't show him much.
Yeah, they just showed him near the end.
Something he might be awkward about.
Yeah, I could see that. Jan Koski, he can move up there to 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So good showing. BKG sounds like he has a strained psoas, which is causing some back issues. So and it flared up right before the lift. Dallin Pepper, 8th place. That's also a very good improvement from last year. So,
do you think he moves over BKG with his hurt psoas maybe into top 5?
I don't know. It's not heavy, right? So, like, I mean, they're hard.
It's ascending, isn't it?
155 is the highest it gets, though,
yeah,
right?
It's ascending, to 155.
But if 155 is the highest it gets, it's not like something crazy that's going to strain your back hard. It's more just clearing your legs of lactic acid because you're going from the hard bike to heavy thrusters, to hard bike to heavy thrusters, and then lunge. It's all about just clearing your legs of lactic acid.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think I think Jay Crouch drops out of the top 10? What's funny is I thought that would happen, but it took the entire competition for that.
He's just been hanging around, just hanging.
Yeah.
Just hanging around.
And he might prove me wrong. I actually hope he does prove me wrong because he's had an amazing weekend. And I want him to make the top 10. So I hope he pulls it out. I think it's going to be hard, but I hope he pulls it out. You look at the guys directly below him, though. Lazar, Bailey Martin, Yella Hosta, Will Morad. I mean, maybe Will. So really Yella Hosta because then there's a gap. I don't know if Lazar, Bailey, or Yella beats him. You would think Yella, but
I could see
Yella's
Bailey.
not. I know he's not going to be like Fikowski on the thrusters. He's shown with weights he don't move them well, right? So obviously he's going to do the bike well, but I don't know if it's a given that Yella beats Jay on this. Like, so the 3 guys that could beat him for that 9th spot. I actually think he's going to make the top 10. I think he's going to be 9th or 10th. Looking at the score right now.
That'd be an amazing. That's in the running for most improved, in my opinion. 11th and 12th, Bailey Martin, Yellow Hoste. Who's gonna edge that one out for Rookie of the Year?
Bailey.
Let me see.
Bailey.
How the women are doing.
Did you hear me?
I heard you, Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the Bailey train today.
I am on the Bailey, but also he's not as tall as Yella. Like, this is not going to be. I don't think this is a good workout for Yella as far as that goes. I mean, yeah, it's going to help him on the bike, but I don't think Bailey's going to be that far off of him. So I like the cycle rate better for Bailey on all the thrusters, and then definitely on the lunge.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Yella Hosta.
Really? From the bike or just?
Yeah, I mean, and the lunge. I think I think Bailey will bike slower. I think Yella will squat slower. But then the lunge happens. I think Yella will lunge faster. But I have no idea.
Yeah.
Bailey might be great at thrusters, and I just don't know. I don't have a ton of knowledge on either of them. So I'll just roll a Yella because Tyler's on the Bailey train, so we can just disagree.
We thought he was from Australia right before this weekend. So
yeah,
Derek,
we don't know what we're talking about.
Derek, we'll let you break
It's
the
Australia.
tie.
Yeah, I don't want
Australia annex. Sorry.
Let you break the tie there, Derek.
Man, I think it does. I think it comes down to that lunge at the end. Honestly, Yellow being able to take that easier than Bailey for sure.
Okay, there it is. Yellow host it. We talked about last show, spirit of the games. I don't even know if it's a question at this point. It has to be Roman.
Guys, I mean, whoever Tyler Kimbler is, he is a BKG fan. Because I mean, y'all, if you weren't in the Coliseum, it was emotional for everybody. My wife was crying. Chase was crying on air. It was when he started doing those double unders with one leg. It was a big deal. He's gonna get last place, but it was a big deal that he went out there and did that, and
kept trying. He could have just stood there.
Yeah, and it's so you have to think about it. This dude probably would have won the CrossFit Games, and broke his foot, and now he's still out there trying to just finish the games, right? Yeah. And what's another bitter pill? He's probably not going to podium, and just barely, it's just barely, which is just insane to me. But it's I think this spirit of the games. I feel a little bit bad for Noah because he definitely stole this away from Noah, and now it's now it's over. Sorry, Noah. You're gonna do great in teams, buddy. You're gonna kill the teams scene. No, it was emotional. It was emotional for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I even think beyond Spirit of the Games award for sure. I mean, truthfully, I think that was the moment of this whole games, and not to take anything away from Adler. Like, he's a stud. He's been great all weekend. He's going to be the fittest on earth at the end of this weekend. But when we look back at 2023, we're going to talk about the time that Roman broke his foot and continued on and did single leg double unders. Mm-hmm. It's just, that's going to be the talk track for this games.
Yeah. Jason Miller.
I hate to.
Oh, go ahead, Tyler.
Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I just hate to discount John's argument, but Chase cries all the time for no reason, so I can't.
He is an emotional guy. You're absolutely right.
Jason Miller, is this the most injured CrossFit Games ever?
No.
Which one's worse?
Tyler?
He just sits back and doesn't say anything.
I'm just trying to think of evidence. I mean, I tend to not remember the injuries. To me, it's part of it's the price of purchase, you know. But I feel like there have definitely been more injuries in the past. I mean, what comes to mind, I know it's not the games, but was the Peck Pop year. It was just like everybody was dropping like flies.
That's regionals, though.
I know. I said it was not the games.
I'll roll you through the bad things. So 2017, there was the lake water issue. A whole bunch of people got sick in the lake water, and it affected, I would say, like 4 or 5 people. It wasn't that big of a deal. 2015, Murph about gave 50% of the population heat stroke. So, and then other than that, nothing comes to my mind as like a lot of the athletes were dropping off.
Yeah.
Other than that, regional, you're absolutely right. Regionals, I think more injuries happen during regionals, but it's because guys are pushing at 100% and they're sprinty workouts. But as far as like they're injured because of the beat down, right? I tend to agree with that. I feel like this has been, because you think about it, Cornway back is broken. Medeiros is not right. You know, I know he's competing fine, but he's not right.
Yeah, but Medeiros hasn't been right all week.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it's from the bike event. Like he got hurt in the bike event, and then he hasn't been right. Ellie Turner's back is broken.
BKG, you have
BKG's a weird one because he's doing fine. Like I don't know about
he's
that.
Still,
like,
he's still hurt. I mean, he didn't do as well. He didn't withdraw, but Jamie Simmons has a torn.
Jamie Simmons
UCL.
tore UCL. And then Roman broke his foot, and like it's a lot of different things. I'm not saying the games was bad. The games is the reason they're getting hurt. I don't think that at all. There has been a lot of different things that are top tier athletes are suffering from.
Yeah, it feels like it's all kind of coming from different ways. Like I agree that Murph was definitely like that took everybody out, and that was at the games. Whereas I feel like a lot of people are coming in dinged up, and it's just
Emma McQuaid, that was a great one. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, Emma McQuaid's out there. A lot of injuries. Father JD Mathern, $1.99. Thank you. Roman off the podium. He gets spirit of the games. So I guess Father JD has Fikowski 8th or better.
Do you think, I feel like that would be more storybook? Like, which one would you root for? Would you rather Roman get 3rd place? And then if he gets 3rd place, he's not going to get spirit of the games, right? I feel like it fits better for there to be like an all-Canadian podium and then Roman get 4th place in spirit of the games. Like that sounds so it's pretty the way you tell a story. You know what I mean? But like if Roman gets Fikowski gets 10th, Roman gets 3rd place, it's awesome. He broke his foot and still got 3rd place. But then spirit of the games goes to probably Noah or Chandler or Alex, not Alex Sam, but somebody like that, when we all know, like Derek said, the moment of the games is when Roman started doing double unders on one foot. I don't know. Which one would you rather root for?
Derek?
Roman's been second place.
That's a good question. I would probably say Fikowski gets 8th or better. Roman gets spirit of the games. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think if he hadn't gotten 2nd last year, I might feel differently. And like his first year podium, right? You've never been on the podium. I kind of lean towards I'd rather him podium then, right? But since he got 2nd last year, he was expecting to win this year. It's like I'd much rather the Fikowski one.
Yeah. Kathy, do you know Australia and New Zealand are different countries? It's the first time
we're figuring it out, Kathy. We're figuring it
out. Puerto Rico's the United States. It's the same thing.
You guys think Oslo is in Sweden? I'm sorry, I misspoke after
Oslo's in Norway.
Yeah, I think I misspoke on Savon last night after a 12-hour plus day of streaming over and over again.
How dare you?
I apologize for misspeaking.
Alta
My
would
bad.
be so upset.
Women's leaderboard. There it is. It's been updated.
Yeah.
Laura Horvath holds a 22 point lead over Emma Lawson.
Enough for it to not matter.
Yeah, Emma Lawson, Ariel Lowen on the podium.
I feel like these are pretty booked up. I mean, Ariel Lowen would have to beat Emma by 7 places to overtake her.
Yeah, every place is worth 5 points. So
6 places.
So 6.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, she needs 30 points, 6 places.
So that could happen. It's not out of possibility for that to happen. But other than that, I feel like this is
it's our podium.
Even all the way down to the top, all the way down to 7. I don't think anybody's going to move. Okay, so 7. 7 could get
7 is definitely up for grabs. There's
7
a lot,
through 10.
lot of movement.
7 through 10 could get mixed around, but top 6, I don't think any of those girls are going to move in the top 6.
Nobody can catch Gabby.
Not in this workout.
I mean, we saw people move. I mean, I guess basically what you're saying is nobody's going to end up being like falling down the leaderboard on this that are in the top. Like Gabby's not going to fall back. I think Alexis is completely out. I mean, it's really just coming down to Gabby and Emma or the.
I don't think Emma Carey would have to beat her by 9 spots. No, that's still at 10 spots. Emma Carey would have to beat her by 10 spots. And I just don't see that happening. Emma Carey, nobody's beating Laura in this. So say Emma Carey, Gabby would have to be 11th. I don't see her being 11th in thrusters and biking in this field.
Yeah. Real quick on here, Archana Thakur, $50. Thank you very much, Archana. Thank you for an amazing coverage this weekend, guys. Hopefully this should cover beer money for all 4 of you. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking through all 4 days. Got one more show coming up after the very end, but hopefully we'll see you guys back for that. But I mean, look at Danielle Brandon. I mean,
yeah,
even I think she'll. Do you think she beats Emma Carey?
Funny, Brian.
What's that?
That's what's funny. Before we even talked about the games, we had this argument before the games, and I said Emma Carey is going to beat Danielle Brandon, and you said the opposite. And it's so funny that it's gonna it's a battle, you know what I mean? And we had no idea. It all sucked for both of those girls at the beginning of the weekend, and look where they end up.
And who? Danielle holds the tiebreaker. So all Danielle has to do is beat Emma Carey, and she finishes 1 place better. Emma's not won one, has she?
No, it's 5 points though. Oh, yeah. Oh shoot! No, you're right.
No, she hasn't won one.
You're right.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Yep.
How do you think anybody in the world, other than Katrin Tanya David's daughter's family, thought that she would beat Annie?
I don't think many did. Like Annie's fallen off a lot.
Yeah, Annie's fallen off a lot. We haven't talked about it. It's been sneaky quiet. But Annie has little by kind of like Gabby. She's done the opposite of Gabby. It's not been these crazy blow up events. She's just getting 20th, 15, 50, right? It's and yeah, she's fallen off a lot.
Yeah, I am surprised. Down in 12th place, Emma Tall, impressive. Paige Powers,
she's had a run.
Great Sunday.
I think a lot of us thought she was going to be in that 12 to 15 range, and now she's top 10. So, Wadapalooza was not a fluke. $9.99 from one of our favorite meme guys, Nick at Wad Zombie. Too many machines this year, semis and games. Now Echo Bike in the final. Wasting this ESPN coverage. Good stuff this week, guys. Thanks for the coverage. Tyler, do you agree? Too many machines? I think we all agree on the semifinals, but what about the games?
I don't think so. I think they were all well placed. I mean, yeah, there were a lot of machines, but there were also, if you're going to make that argument, you definitely have to argue that there was no barbell. But I think anything that the barbell would have tested was tested well without one. And I think machines were used like, it was like using garlic salt. Like there's an appropriate amount, and I feel like we hit it just right.
Yeah, the only thing I'm struggling with the machines or the amount of them, and it really doesn't have anything to do with machines, is that it felt like we put machines in there instead of doing something unique, creative from some type of implement. We're going to go this entire week with nothing that was like, oh wow, that's new and cool.
I mean, yeah, they kind of did the sled or the pull. They did the sled pull on that platform, which was kind of new. We didn't see anything really from Rogue. We saw the logs, but they had used those at the Invitational, so that was not really all that novel. I mean, I guess I agree, but I also think that Bosman's programming was a little too over the top last year. Like he always sprinkled in something that was like just a little too much. So maybe he overcorrected this year. I see what you're getting at, though.
Yeah, he threw in. I mean, the speed skill medley had, or skill speed medley had weight. Like everything was thrown in there. Castro in years past, he held stuff back, and he wanted to trickle it in because he could have probably thrown in 4, 5, 6 different things at a time. And then now we're at a point where nothing new was there. So budget cuts, I don't know. I mean, overall, I'm okay and happy with the programming, but that surprise, that wow factor of, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing some type of movement is a little disappointing. Do you agree, Derek?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, we've seen the pig played out. It's just there wasn't anything that you feel like was like, okay, we bring it back or do something unique or cool. I mean, there's a lot of sandbags.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think Barry says it right here. Agree, no wow factor this game. Like all the tests were good. I think it's been fairly well programmed, pretty balanced, but it wasn't the implements. I don't think we're going to look back. You're muted there, John.
I said, any chance you think we'll see single leg double unders next year?
I hope not. Those look well. I bet if those weren't weighted, Roman would have gone through all of them, no problem.
That's very fair.
Yeah, having the weighted ones, and like even that, like why the weighted double unders? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it added too much to it. I'd rather seen him do the crossover
shoulder fatigue. Unders. You're using your shoulders on the P-bar walk.
Yeah,
and the transition. It makes the transition hard. It just puts some juice in your shoulders.
Yeah, I guess. They didn't seem like that was that bad though. They didn't seem like they were affected by it too much.
You go out and do that workout. I promise. It's just them being.
There's no chance that I could do it. I think they could do it a lot better than I can. I mean that's yeah. All right, we got last event. Let's try to start getting into Heat 1 before everybody else does, before the call. So
I think a lot of people overreacted and started playing both, which was a good. We appreciate that. I'm sorry if you did get caught by it, but we were our servers were totally overloaded.
And when they give us 10 minutes before the workout actually starts, it's incredibly hard to get that in the system.
Yeah, that is the one very, very difficult thing when you guys are scrambling. You have to get the workout in. Yeah, that's tough. Eric Weiss, right here before we get into predictions, $4.99. Thank you. Might have missed it, but what's up with BKG not lifting last night, but seems okay today? It sounds like he has like a strained psoas, and it just causes some issue in the back, in his back, and it happened right before the lift. And so I guess he kind of had a thought that he just can't lift, but he'll give it a shot Sunday, and it worked out. He's done just fine today, and if his back holds up one more event, he's got another top 10 finish. So very, very consistent on that. All right, Echo thruster final 21, 18, 15. Echo bike calories and thrusters. The barbell increases in weight for the women 85, 95, 105. For the men 115, 135, 155. And then they will finish with a 66-foot overhead walking lunge at 105 for the women, 155 for the men. Tyler, we'll start with you on the men. Who are you playing on Heat 1 to close out the 2023 CrossFit Games?
The big man, Dallin Pepper. He's going to crank that bike, and he's going to do thrusters like a machine. And the overhead walking lunge is cake for him. I think he really wants to send it here at the end to see how high he can push up the leaderboard. Yeah, this is a good workout for him.
I couldn't agree more with that.
That's a very, very good call. Derek?
Adler.
I couldn't agree more with that even more than Tyler.
No, Dallin's a great choice for this, though. He really is.
He is. If I'm Adler, I'm on cloud 9 right now, and
I don't know. I don't think he is. I think he's upset.
Well, I was shocked when he had the interview this morning. We didn't really talk about it, but where he was being interviewed. He's like, the leader's jersey is very heavy. I could not believe
very
that.
2016 Tia.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. 100%. I was like, oh man. And I mean,
it's going to be interesting because Tia lost it with that attitude. And then it kind of changed her mentally a little bit. I know she started training with Matt, but that spawned the monster that we now know. It's going to be interesting if Adler never gets, jumps to that next level. I wonder if like this is his greatest year and then he never wins again. You know what I mean? And he's like ends up being just around what like Vellner is. No offense to Vellner, I want him to win, but just podium material, but never the top.
He has to change that mindset, and I'm afraid that if Roman had not gotten hurt and he crushes last one, he crushes this one, and Adler ends up losing out to him, because he would have had the leader's jersey just last event, and then Roman comes back and beats him. Like, I don't think Adler recovers with that type of mindset. Now he has to take this win and turn into a Tia.
I see the opposite.
You don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, because Tia lost. Katrin beat her, and then she cried on the floor. Right?
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean? Like you have a choice to make then, right? Fraser lost to Ben Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody expected that.
Right.
And both of them made the choice to be something untouchable, and like that's not, I don't think everybody can do what they do, right? Obviously, because there's only two of them. One on each gender.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. There are only two genders. He'll come get at me.
Man, you're getting in
try to find water. I don't know if Jeff makes that decision, but it takes heartbreak to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's not going to have that heartbreak. And I'm with you, Brian. I think he would have. I think Roman probably pulls it out looking at these events. But
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because I don't think we've ever had that before where like somebody had that mindset, but they still ended up winning because it happened with Matt and Matt lost. It happened with Tia and Tia lost.
Right.
I don't know any other examples because they went on for like 6 years, but
yeah, I'm going to pick Adler as well. I think he's going to be pumped. He knows he's going to win it. He's going to feel good. He wants to go out
If
on
I'm
top.
him, I want to make a statement on this workout.
And also say that
like
he can.
where don't worry, if Roman was here, I would have won this workout because I do
Yeah.
think he'd have a good shot. These thrusters are bad. This is
Yeah.
a lot on the thrusters. It's not as much about the bike that people think. That I'm looking at this workout 21-18-15. It's not 21-15-9. It's way different. It looks
Yeah.
the same. It's way different. And I think he'd have a good shot at this workout. It just
Yeah.
depends. Yeah, go ahead.
I think like we keep going back to event 7 at semifinals and how Dallin crushed it, but Dallin didn't crush it because of the bike. Like he was
he paced
solid.
it the best.
He paced it well, and his toes to bar were very, very good. I think you're going to see the same thing. Who can pace the Echo bike here? And it's going to come down to holding on to the thrusters and cycling those fast. I know we've seen the overhead walking lunge in the past, and it's not going to be, anything that different, but I think you're going to see more athletes on the lunge at the same time, which could make it pretty exciting. I said one here. Where is, I guess when you think about, here it is, what will be the hardest movement for a broken foot? Is it going to be, running? No, on the bike, the thrusters.
The lunge is going to be horrible.
The lunge. I think he can get through everything until the lunge because a thruster, you don't move your foot. Yes, it hurts, but you could still thrust with your legs, and then maybe get on one leg at the stand, right? So you're not putting pressure on it. Like he could break this up and get through it fine. The lunge, man, I don't know. You got to push off of everything on the lunge, so I don't know how that's going to go at all.
That'd be the toughest part. I think he could probably lean on the inside of his foot and get past it. At least I hope he can. Women, Tyler. Nope.
Tyler lost his voice.
Yeah, on the women, Derek, I'll make you go first this time.
Horvath's going to murder this workout.
It's a decent pick. John?
I think Emma Lawson is going to surprise the world and get second place in the CrossFit Games because Laura will be first. And I want to see the Z-score on this one because I bet the Z-score is messed up. I'm excited to Laura. Like, you remember when I said I think she's going to make a statement in the weightlifting event, and she did. I think she's going this workout. I think she's going to be so far above second place. It will be just fun to watch.
Yeah, but let's think about
Brian, this. Do you guys know on the lunges? Do they have to alternate? Is that in the fine print, or can they lunge with the same leg?
It's very interesting. I don't know. I would assume
if Roman can lunge with that left is the one that he hurt forward, I think it's going to help because being in the back foot, it's going to really put that in an awkward position.
Yeah, maybe, possibly.
It'll also be fun to see Fikowski send it because I guarantee he's going to, right? Because if you can get far enough ahead of everybody, you can hurt their spirit, especially as the last games workout. People will kind of be like, it's over. Like that lunge, you don't want to push because it's over. Mm-hmm. Your place is cemented. You're not bumping anybody, right? Yeah. But for Fikowski, he is. So if he can get to that lunge before, a Dallin or before most people, say he gets there third, then I think he can just kind of coast it like he did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you saw him on the parallel bar pull. He got out ahead and just took advantage of it. That
was going to be.
It was a wheelhouse, but again, you get a good lead and somebody's good at that workout. You're not going to push it to try to catch him. Tyler, give you another shot.
Does it work? Can you hear me? Yep. Oh, thank God. All right. So, what was the question? Female. Who did I play? Let's see here.
Yeah, who did you play? That's a better question.
Elisa.
Laura. I have Laura. No. Yeah, I have Laura in. I have saved her for the very end. I think she wants to do like a, what champ isn't going to want to finish it off with a first place finish,
with 4 straight event wins.
Right. The other ones, I will say who the fans are picking. For the women, it's Laura with 26% of votes, and then Emma Lawson is next. I don't know if I like Emma Lawson nearly as much.
I don't like Emma Lawson for this workout.
That's voting with your heart.
Yeah.
Well, that's voting because you don't know who to pick because you ran out of balls.
That's also,
right.
That's also true.
I think Alex Gazan would be my other pick if I needed to pick someone else. I like her on all these movements. She's a powerhouse. So, and then I will touch on this. Jeffrey Adler is 31% in first, and then Fikowski at 13.7%. And I think Fikowski's actually grew over the last half an hour.
I think you're seeing a lot of people run out of picks. Like it's getting tough now.
There's, Roman would be a good pick for this one, but yeah, I think you're seeing people run out of picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Dallin should be up there. Like I don't know why people wouldn't have a high percentage if he's not. I would have him at least in the top 2 of that.
Dallin is third picked, 11.54%. Yeah, but it is weird. But also, I think there's a factor with Dallin where he's just like it's not like Travis Mayer bad, but he doesn't get nearly the screen time as everybody else, so he's just not known. Like us analysts know him, but the common fans don't.
Yeah, we talk about him a lot.
Start calling him the Stormin' Mormon.
Is he a Mormon?
He's from Utah. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Mormon.
I think he did talk. I think he talked about a little bit on Savon's show when he got interviewed. I don't know. Tyler Shangaris, $1.99. Could you imagine if the final was deficit handstand push-up?
Well, then Emma Lawson would win. I feel very confident in that. And hold on. Let me go get the leaderboard real quick. Ariel Lowen would be second, and Laura would be third.
Yeah,
that's what would happen.
I would just want to see the camera of like them announcing it on the floor, and Laura looks at it, and Dave is just but Dave is just smiling in the corner, like smirking, like, "Are you good enough?" Like it's him making Rich do legless rope climbs again.
Do you think this could sound bad, but Boss ever considered throwing in a deficit handstand push-up at the very end just to make it like, because you had to know that Laura's gonna be on the podium.
It was definitely.
I don't think they game plan for athletes.
That I get it, but
the conversation came up for sure. Like even in a joking context, I guarantee you they made that joke. Now, whether he put any validity in actually trying it, I don't know. That I would think so though. I would think about it. Would you not?
I mean, it's not a bad movement to have at the end. They've had it in, was it one of the one that Frazier won? I can't remember what it was called. It had that with the kettlebells. So
as far as production value and like storyline, like it's just golden. Like it's just going to get so much content out there. I mean, yeah. But that's also
I think if you had put it on there, I think people would have then assumed that it was programmed on purpose to make that. Joey Piero, Horvath, and Kerstetter. What about Kerstetter on this?
Sneaky. Yeah, I like Kerstetter on this.
Good. Yep.
Yeah. That's a good pick if you don't have Horvath. I think I might like her better than Alex in there. I still have a play for Horvath, so I am going with her. I think she wants to win 4 in a row, all 3 on Sunday, in a very dominating.
Who are you playing on the men?
Who do I have? Adler on the men.
Oh, we have the same picks.
Yep. Wow. Archana Thakura again. Maybe that's the same one. I don't know. Nope, it looks like the same one. I'm way back. What happened? I don't know what's going on. My comments.
Renee,
there's so many comments.
I want to talk about this real quick. Renee is still in first.
She went back up there. Nice.
She went back to first. So shout out. She's in first by 3 points. I wonder if she can hold it together. And then there's 6'8" CrossFit. I'm wondering, is that you? Is it? Okay. There's a 6'8" cameraman over here. He looked over at me and started smirking. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah. So it's been interesting to watch. John's in 16th right now in the worldwide. Can John make the push?
Well, I'm about to go 2 for 2 in the last event, so it just depends who everybody else has.
You have to. You're 50 points out. No, 80 points out.
Well, it sounds real not likely when you put it like that, Tyler.
Carolyn Prevost is in 24th.
She knows what every workout feels like. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's cheating for sure.
No, something fun. So in the Sevon shot caller, Chase is 5th and I'm 6th.
Nice.
Now, in the pro league, I think I'm in first by like a lot. Like I can't be touched.
I think you're,
but in the Sevon one, because
awesome. All right, guys.
I wanted to shout those people out also.
Yeah.
One more thing before we wrap up. I tagged you in it, Spin. Strike Movement is going to give, the first time ever that they've done this, is a 15% discount code to everybody until 12 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. And the discount code is Farlow_701. Spin will put it in the chat now. So if you go, please go buy shoes from them. Number one, they're amazing shoes. And then number two, they've been very supportive of us, and everything that you purchase from them, a portion of that will come back to us. I mean, it's just huge in every way. And it's also a thank you to you.
Said
for supporting
15%,
us so much.
15% off?
Yeah, 15% off.
Oh.
And they just launched new shoes that are red and black and really pretty. So go get them. They're great folks too. They're doing, a lot of these shoe companies get a bunch of money from investors and then make big pushes. They're growing just like we are, bit by themselves. So Thank you all for all the support. We'll announce the winners of shoes and any of the other prizes either tonight or tomorrow. So
awesome. That's great. Very cool. Thanks to Strike Movement for that. So yes, Farlow_701. Go to Strike Movement and save 15%. So go grab that. Are you wearing a pair right now, Tyler?
Yeah, man. I've been wearing a pair all week.
Is the toe box on Strike closer to the Nanos or the Metcons?
Nanos. Wide toe box. I have Hobbit feet. Super wide toe box.
Yeah. Amanda, how can you win? I'm not sure. I mean, this is just a code that Tyler's talking about. So everybody wins. Everybody can get 15% off.
Everybody wins.
So.
You get 15%. You get 15%.
If you're asking how you win shoes now, you're not going to win shoes. You have to be at the top of the leaderboard. The top 3 are going to win. And then I've taken screenshots of everybody who won, who was at the top of the leaderboard for the past couple of days. And then the leader of the top 10 will win year supply of coffee from Caffeine Kilos.
Yep. And at the I will be announcing the 3 winners of the Reebok Nano X3 Bolds that I put on Instagram earlier this week. So go back through my Instagram page. You'll see a photo of a bunch of bold nano colors. 3 winners will get a pair of those new shoes, and I'll be picking those out and announcing those at our recap later tonight. So with that, 1999, and we are out.